I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and in my conversation with Jonathan Johnson, he talks about going home, returning to Source. And that's a topic we're going to go in deep with together in the future in more conversations. But my experience, again, with going home, going back to Source, there are times in my life when I've been stuck in the mud of confusion. And sometimes it was through a practice like this breathwork practice that Jonathan offers that jarred me to the core and brought back that memory of being connected with something beyond. And then other times I felt a still small voice inside of me when my heart was broken, when I barely had the will to get out of bed in the morning, and that voice just said to me, keep going, keep showing up the best you can. And sometimes that connection to Source would just happen all on its own. 2020, I had a paradigm-shattering experience out in Sunset Beach, North Carolina, which I made videos about, looking up to the sky, seeing these orange globes up in the sky appear and vanish, popping in and out of this dimension, pink lightning over the ocean, and receiving this electromagnetic buzzing in my head and feeling this connection with a consciousness that's both beyond me and also inside of me at the same time. And that consciousness pulling information and bringing information to the forefront of my conscious mind. But on a deep level, it was information that I've already known. It was already inside of me. And this, again, is these feelings of returning to Source. And every time someone returns to Source or has that feeling, it's not lasting, because we have to go back into the lives that we're familiar with at some point. As long as we have these physical bodies as we know them, as they are, then we're going to go back into that density, the density of the Maya, the density of the Matrix. And what I found is we have a choice in how we engage in the Matrix. And much of the time, our choices are unconscious, and we're not aware of what we're choosing, and we believe we don't have a choice, and we're just a victim of circumstances. But once we have these experiences where we reconnect with Source, we go back, we know there's something more to life. We know there's something more out there. And then the work is on us, on the choices we make, on the micro level, day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour. What are we choosing? What are we choosing to put into our bodies? Who are the people that we choose to associate ourselves with? What are we choosing to direct our thoughts and our attention to? All these choices we're making on this moment-to-moment basis, and they are contributing to whether we are going to be strong, thriving, vital, sovereign beings, or are we going to be diminished in our power? Are we going to retreat and constantly go into this diminished state to where we feel separate from Source and go back into that low energy vibration? And even the best of us, even those who are moving intentionally through the world, intentionally with our choices, the nature of the human, again, is try to relax into a pattern, try to relax into something comfortable for a bit, And there's a great danger in this, because when we start to go to sleep on our choices, then those remnants of trauma in us from past lives or from this current life that we haven't healed, it starts to show up, and then it will start to express itself through pride, through laziness, through vanity, whatever. And we go into more patterns that are going to eventually produce another breakdown. So it's important to be aware of how this works, and again, to do our best to be intentional and know that there are ways to remember source, and know that sometimes source is just going to show up when we least expect it, when we need it the most. It's going to remind us that we have a divine connection and that we may have strayed off path. And then we go back and we reconnect, and then we analyze and reflect on the choices we've been making, and then we have a chance to either do more of the same, if the same is working for us, if the same is right for us, or we can choose something different, choose different choices on this minute-to-minute, moment-to-moment basis. So with that being said, I'm going to choose to end this video today. Be well, be strong. Hopefully I gave you something worthy to think about. And I will see you on the other side, my friends. Take care.